So did you guys see what we learned here? Is that we can roam on AD carry, but guess what? We don't roam and then be like, oh shit, I missed my wave. No, you need to be back in time right there, right? For the wave. But it is true that there are many situations where you're getting there and then a 2v2 is gonna start and you can get a double kill. In that case, you can't consider giving up a wave if you know you can actually get kills. So for example, if he was in a fight here, he just gives the wave bot lane if the fight is a reliable fight. If it's like a number disadvantage fight or is not reliable, then he's just most likely just going to go for the wave. So what's going on, guys? Besides here, and into today's video, we're gonna learn early game strategy from one of the best AD carry player in Europe. This is the rank 7 AD carry challenger 1300 LP. He plays a lot of AD carries. He's such an amazing AD carry, such a smart player. So let's see his thought processes. Let's see how he plays. Obviously, he's a challenger for a few years, so we are gonna see wave management, trading, matchups, thought processes, and other things that are going through his head when he plays. So if you're here and you're below Grandmaster, don't worry, after this video you're gonna get better and you're gonna improve. So make sure you stay until the end. We actually pick up a VODs game where he plays with the Karma. So what do we expect in this game? He should not leash against Caitlyn Lux. Caitlyn Lux is one of the best, if not the best lane in the game in terms of range, in terms of poke. So what should he do? He should poke, he should push. Of course, this lane is gonna be won by poking, but if you wanna poke, you should push. So pushing is really the most important thing in this lane. So we're talking about no longsword here. Doran's blade is super confident. We're talking about Halo blades. He could consider going for Comet because he has double Comet lane, especially into a lane where they have a lot of range and there is not much interaction between the champions. He's probably thinking, oh, but what if Nocturne goes Stridebreaker? What if Nocturne goes, plated boots? What if? I need to go for the Halo Blade so I can have a little bit of a better... First of all, I can also trade auto attacks with Caitlyn because I have my E. Second of all, it's better to not get Comet if they have a bruiser kind of champ on one of the lanes. So now he goes in the lane. Of course, we actually see them here, but you guys can see his clicks. His clicks are such amazing. Look, he stays in Fog of War. Do you guys see this? He knew, well, he didn't know that they are there, but he predicted. He was like, okay, I'm gonna play like that into the brush. They should always cheese me. They play Caitlyn Lux. This is challenger elo, so people are humans and they play really well. Right now he's actually going into the brush because he really wants to see, are they gonna leash? Are they gonna come this angle and be greedy? And since they didn't come instantly, he's like, okay, never mind, they didn't come. That means they're in the brush. So look at his clicks. So he actually clicked towards there, but he's also clicking towards left. Look at his clicks, guys. Check this out. Clean. Okay, Karma is gonna waste mantra. Then right now we're talking about challenger player, so he knows he needs to push. I need to push. Then he wants to E. He tried to actually angle it on both of them. Now he's trying to push like a psycho. Yes, he's gonna try to stay around Karma, but he doesn't necessarily want to trade. He wants to hover. Hover meaning that he wants to have a positioning where if they overcommit on Karma, he can auto attack, but he doesn't actually necessarily look to hit them. Right now he gets prio, and what I like about him is like the way he's poking, right? Like right now he does have the prio. He does have the push, so he should consider not hitting the minions at all. So did you guys see that? After he actually pushed like a psychopath to get the prio, once he got the prio, he doesn't push it anymore. Like right now, he got this extra minion of caster, and look at his champion. He's trying to get the push a little bit, but right now he's like, I got minions advantage. Right now it's time for poking. I'm not just pushing to crush the wave, I'm just pushing so I can actually poke them. So look at this. Right now he's suffering Karma and he would just keep the wave here. Right now he's also going to actually play into the brush because while staying into the brush, you generate a lot more pressure. So let's check this out from the Caitlyn positioning. Look at this. So you see Caitlyn right here, they actually woke up. She stays into the brush because the Karma staying in the brush has a lot more pressure. Varus immediately steps into the brush, so this is super scary. The way he zones is really clean. He uses his E off cooldown. He actually went for Q level 2, and not only that, he went for Q level 2, he used the brush beautifully. But we can see very good one. He's poking when he should poke. He doesn't over push. Once he got the push, he's just looking to poke. And in addition of that, he does the Bizai's word. The Bizai's word is the word that I always recommend in coaching sessions, which is basically before the third wave comes. This is the third wave. This wave just came, so he's not going to really lose any minions. He goes forward, easy peasy. So right now, what is he going to do? Poke, of course, and zone. Like, there is no reason to push here. There is no reason to hit the minions. There is no reason to do anything other than zoning and using the E. Right now, Nocturne is actually invading, so he knows that he needs to crush. Slowly but surely, he won't be able really to do it, but he should try to do it as much as possible. He will try to stay in the lane and keep them busy. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see what he did? So In general, this is challenger, right? So the Karma is just moving instantly, right? Because we see Nocturne right here, right? But the thing is, Lux also wants to move. Look at this. Do you guys see this? But the AD King is like, no, fuck you. I'm not gonna let you move. You're gonna stay in the lane and you're gonna be 1 HP, okay? Look at him. So instead of backing off right here, he does a mind game. But the mind game being, okay, I'm 1v2, but I don't want to let Karma move. I just want to have pressure 1v2. I want to have the push, but I also want to win the lane. He doesn't play aggressive. He doesn't play over-aggressive, but he plays forward. He plays a semi-aggressive playstyle, right? So let's see what he's going to do. He's Eing on the Lux. He probably goes into the brush before the Q here. Is he going to throw the Q? We can always see that he's hovering his support. Check this out, guys. I see a lot of AD carries. What they do, they stay super far away from the support. Even if this call doesn't really bring anything to you, look at his clicking. Look at this clicking. He's like, okay, Karma does something, let me try to follow. He wasn't going here to die, or he wasn't really going to overcommit with the in terms of positioning, but he was still actually looking to hover. Usually the best positioning is around the support, so personally I believe the best positioning in this specific case is here, because here you can hover, she can shield you over the wall, but at the same time you can actually hit the closest target with auto attacks.
Are you an AD carry main struggling to make an impact in your games? Is your damage output disappointingly low, leaving you feeling frustrated and powerless in the role you love? Introducing our specialized coaching program designed to supercharge your AD carry performance. Imagine a world where your damage, decision making and farming skills are 10 times better and the outcome of your games is no longer left to chance. Meet Chase. Just like you, he was once stuck in the same position, facing low damage and inconsistency in his games. Let's see what happened after his coaching experience, from Diamond 4 to Master Tier. Wow! And here is Jordan and Brett, both transformed into formidable AD carry after the coaching session. These success stories aren't just isolated cases, they are a part of a community of over 3,243 players who benefited from the coaching program. If it worked for them, why not for you? Picture yourself as an unstoppable AD carry. It's not a dream, it's your potential with the coaching session. Don't wait any longer, visit Visite.com, book your coaching and become the AD carry the enemy team hates to play against.
This positioning is a bit isolated positioning, but as you guys can see, the challenger AD carry clicked on this angle where I actually said. It's just the Karma just disengaged. So pretty good gameplay. What did we learn so far? 1. In lanes like this, pushing is everything. If you play double poke lane specifically, you need to push. What do I mean by double poke lane? It's very simple. You play Caitlyn Senna. You play Karma Ezreal. You play let's say you play Varus with lethality and you have a support like Lux. Or maybe you just play Soraka. Soraka is also pretty good in this kind of situations when it comes to poke. Or even a Janna with Comet nowadays. She could actually be used like that playstyle. Ashe support. These champions are really, really good. Then if you have same thing, Ezreal or Jhin or Varus. On these champions, these kind of matchups, Varus Soraka against Jhin Janna or Ezreal Zyra against Jhin Vel'Koz. Any combination of 2 super strong enchanters that can poke and super strong AD carries that can poke, priority is everything. And in high elo, a lot of the players want leash, so pushing is everything in lanes like this. Second of all, once you got the push, try to look to zone. Third of all, hover your support every single time when he wants to follow, but don't hover it in a very aggressive positioning. Hover it so you can help just in case they do something stupid, but don't go too forward so you get poked for no reason. This has to be the positioning. Warding is super important, and the best word in the game is before the third wave occurs, and that is the cannon wave, and this is what you should be doing as well. Right now, let's see what Uga Buga he does here. Just pushes the lane. The wave is in a very uncomfortable position, but the reason why he pushes is this fight, not necessarily the wave. He's just looking to hover, and after he hovers, unfortunately, he can't really do much. Easy peasy. He tries to Q, he goes back to the lane. Right here, he should just recall, because he knows that the enemy are just most likely just going to recall, because they stayed a while and they are actually quite low, and the chances that they are going to push this wave is actually pretty low. So here he's losing a lot of tempo. Also, the wave is on their side, so this is actually pushing into him. So this could potentially be a mistake, but we need to take a look at the gold. Yes, this is not a mistake, because Varus wants to recall at 1000 gold plus 150. This is his power spike. Dirk plus refillable potion. So I believe the reason why he's staying here, even though another challenger player could be like, oh, but wait, we knew Lux is gonna recall. We knew Caitlyn could have recalled if she was good, because she has a lot of time. But why didn't he recall? He didn't recall because even though he could have a tempo lose, he has the refillable potion in base. And in this case, Caitlyn didn't actually choose to recall, but she should have. Look at the Caitlyn right now. Like, if you're Caitlyn right here and you know Varus is there, like, there is no reason for you to stay here. You can just press B. Like, literally right now, you can just press B, because the Varus is right there. So the speed of which he's going to push has to travel from here to here, which is already like 6 seconds. Then he has to push the wave, which with Karma it's, well, around 7 seconds as well. But the wave also has to travel from here to here, which is around 7 seconds. So you have minimum 15 seconds here. So I think personally, if she records right now, she's going to be like right here, and she'll lose 3 minions, around 3 minions, but she's going to get the tempo advantage. So I believe that this is what the Caitlyn should do. The thought process of potential, the process of the challenger was like, okay, I'm gonna stay for one more because I also have refillable potion. Yes, if he had a refillable potion, he wouldn't stay. Yes, he also wanted to get the wave to come into him, which anyways was already the state that he had. Another smart thing he's doing right now is the following here. He goes in the lane and right now the wave is pushing into him. So the worst thing that can happen here is actually getting killed, right? So what he does is like, okay, Lux is mid lane. The worst case that I die is enemy jungleru, okay? He didn't know that he's actually on top lane, but he's thinking about it. So he's gonna go for a word, boop, and a fast word. He doesn't go for this word because this word inquires him to face check, and this word is quite bad because the wave is coming into him. You don't need vision here, you need vision here because you know that if the wave is coming right here, it's gonna actually stay close to his tower. Meaning that he just needs the fast word, a word that actually just takes 3 seconds, and a word that is actually around making him safe around the angle that he wants to play. So if he wants to play on this side, which he is going to play, then the word is actually good. So let's see if he's gonna push. So right here he has 2 options. I think he's gonna let the wave to come into him, because I mean it's just stupid for him to play aggressive when he has a freeze here. The thing is, if Lux is mid lane, Varus is actually stronger while pushing, right? So maybe he's thinking, oh, but I can punish Caitlyn, so what if I actually convert this wave that is pushing into me into a slow push into them, so I can crush three waves into the tower, and potentially I can poke a lot the Caitlyn under the tower, especially because Karma is gonna go mid, go bot after betting. I'm also gonna get a plate. So potentially he's thinking about that. The only problem is that he doesn't know where is the jungle. So I don't think he's gonna push unless he sees the jungle, okay? Okay, he sees jungle top lane. So this is a huge information, because that means he doesn't need to get the wave pushed in, because getting the wave pushed in, it makes him safe of the enemy jungle, but it also makes him susceptible to getting poked, okay? So meaning that since he saw the enemy jungle, he's like, oh shit, there is no reason and I'm not gonna get ganked. I am not going to get ganked. It's that simple. How can I win the lane? I push, because I'm playing against Caitlyn. So what did he do? He waited because he didn't see the jungle, and right now when he sees the jungle, what is he gonna do? I think he's gonna push. Exactly. So he converted a freeze, a potential freeze, into a slow push into them. 1, because he has Talia and he can just dive. 2, Karma was around. He knew that Karma is just pathing towards bot lane after, because the voidings were taken anyways. So he just converted the freeze into a slow push into them. Now, this is also good for Karma because she can poke. Some of you could say, yeah, but I mean, wasn't Caitlyn gonna lose minions if you freeze? Yes, but then Varus loses HP, then Varus loses pressure, and at the same time, Varus is able to poke them faster into the tower and easier into the tower if he pushes. So in lanes like this, if you don't know where is the jungle, you usually want to let the wave to come into you. Freezing is nice, but if you know you just 2v2 and you're on the island and jungle is top lane or jungle is somewhere else, you can consider breaking the freeze and just pushing like a psychopath. Right here we see some Ooga Booga play. I think he's actually gonna die. Ooh, that flash from the Caitlyn. Okay, so he just goes for tier. Let's see what he's gonna do. Okay, right now he's gonna freeze. Why is he freezing? It's because he doesn't know where is the jungle. If he knows where is the jungle, he's like immediately trying to get plates. But with this current wave, you can't anyways get plates because this is a slow push into him. He has like little minions. Converting this into a slow push into them might be just a bit hard. So I think he's gonna slow push unless, well, it's gonna keep the slow push into him unless, yeah, Caitlyn is gonna come here and break the freeze. This makes total sense. And I really like that he's pretty ahead in CS as well. Really insane. And the way he actually gets the kills is like really, like the wave management here is really nice. I mean, right now he's actually getting pushed. Do you guys see what he did? He, Nocturne ulti actually wanted to be on the Karma, but what he did is like he backed off because he was like, okay, what if Nocturne comes on me? Then right now he's like, okay, I'm gonna go into the tower, but I don't know where is Nocturne, so I'm gonna click on the right. So okay, he didn't see, like this he doesn't see, right? Because he's Nocturne ulted. So right now he stays into the tower range, as you guys can see, and then he gets out only when he sees something on the map. But this is something that I think many people will actually just face check. So right now he sees nothing, so he just stays at the extremity of the tower range, okay? Right now, the Nocturne actually, the ulti expired, so then he's just gonna follow. So he follows the fight only when he knows the fight is good. This is the consistency rule. You don't follow or get into a fight that is inconsistent. It is true that most of the fights is very impossible for you to find a 100% consistent fight. Most likely, you're gonna find 60% consistent fights, 70, 50, 55% consistent fights. It's just you don't need to go for a coin flip decision. And did you guys see what he did? This is huge, and this is something that low elo players don't do. Look at this. Varus is like, okay, I pushed the wave, I got a clean crush, okay? What does it mean? That means the wave is coming into me. What does it mean? That means I can just pat towards mid lane. What does it mean? That means if I just pat towards mid lane, then KT is gonna push the wave, I'm gonna go back to bot lane, and I'm gonna just catch the wave there instantly. Okay, good. So Varus, he knows this, okay? So right now, his camera, you guys can see that he didn't decide yet to go to a mid, but now his camera was on bot lane. He's like, okay, Caitlyn is not there, I'm gonna pat towards mid lane. Yes, but as I'm patting towards mid lane, I'm looking at two things. One, how reliable is it for me to kill Ahri? And two, how fast Caitlyn is pushing, because I want to be back on bot lane when Caitlyn is pushing the wave. So the reliability mid lane is high because Ahri is low, and Caitlyn is not pushing, so he's gonna pressure on mid lane for sure. And right now his camera is on mid. The chances of killing Twisted Fate here is super low. He's actually just moving towards top side, as we can see, and the Caitlyn is actually just gonna push, meaning that I think Varus in the next 2 to 3 seconds he's gonna actually consider moving to bot lane. He probably saw this wave, so he knows that she doesn't crash, but she immediately moves on mid lane. So did you guys see what we learned here? Is that we can roam on AD carry, but guess what? We don't roam and then be like, oh shit, I missed my wave. No, you need to be back in time right there, right? For the wave. But it is true that there are many situations where you're getting there and then a 2v2 is gonna start and you can get a double kill. In that case, you can't consider giving up a wave if you know you can actually get kills. So for example, if he was in a fight here, he just gives the wave bot lane if the fight is a reliable fight. If it's like a number disadvantage fight or is not reliable, then he's just most likely just going to go for the wave. So and this is really something that I really love it, right? So he walks up, he loses the cannon. Actually, okay, he gets the cannon, but then the casters are not so important for him. Usually the casters don't actually give anyways, they just get 14 gold. And he just follows here. The reason why he follows is something very simple. Usually you should not follow. Why? Well, if you think the chances of you killing the Caitlyn here is really high, then yeah, you can follow and consider giving all of these minions. But in general, giving the minions is stupid. So why is he following? This is high level decision making, right? One, he's following because we have the Karma W very soon, and we have the Talia W, which is insane. We know that the Caitlyn has no flash. So the chances of this kill to happen is around 70%. If Caitlyn has flash, he doesn't follow. If this is Ezreal, he doesn't follow. If this is another champion that has spell shield, he doesn't follow. If the chances of this guy dying are low, he doesn't follow. He doesn't follow. He doesn't follow. He doesn't follow. If he has a jungle that is not able to provide CC like Shyvana, he doesn't follow. If this is Karthus, he doesn't follow. Yes, this is a best case scenario. Caitlyn has no flash. This is why he's challenger, because he knows when to give the wave and not to give the wave. Majority of the players are like, oh, you know, minions are important, right? Yes, that's true. And that's not true at all. As well, it's like, yeah, but you gotta understand when are the minions important and where are the kills more important. Of course, you know, a bronze player can tell you, what do you mean, man? Play for objectives, get the farm, right? But it's really more about the percentage of the play. Like if you have like a 60% chance to get a kill in a fight, but you know you might lose the wave, you should go for the fight because it's a 60% chance that you're gonna get a kill. If it's a 50-50, you should always go for the safe play and get the farm. It's just you need to be able to identify these fights, and usually you actually do that based on the distance between you and the fight, based on the HP of the enemies, based on the number advantage or disadvantage, based on your mana, HP, and items. That's like the short way of doing it. Meraki, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your time here. So another thing that I see a lot of players do, right? So Talia is starting the Drake. He's pushing really hard, and right now he knows. Okay, let's see. So he pushes and he's like, okay, the plate is takeable, but I need to follow Drake, because if I don't follow Drake right now, they have my mid prio. They might have TP from top lane. We're also playing against Twisted Fate, so it's not a big, nice thing. And we don't know where is Nocturne now. So that is a big deal, right? So right now, he is actually going for a plate. The reason why he's going for a plate is 1, the plate is really low. 2, the wave is really huge. 3, they just died. 4, the Talia didn't even start the Drake, okay? So he's doing it, he's taking it, and he immediately moves towards the Drake, yes? I see a lot of the players trying, oh, let me get the wave, let me get another plate, and not really. If the jungle is either in big shit, or he started the Drake, or he made a play that is forcing you to actually be there, you should be there, unless you know you're gonna die there. So for example, right here, he's moving. If he had 0 mana, he would ping Talia to not do it. If he had 0 HP, he would ignore this play and he would recall. If he knew that 1, he only has auto attacks here, or 2, he has absolutely no mana, or 3, he has a really low HP, so the chances of him dying there is high, he would not follow. Not at all. But here, that wasn't the case. So this is the decision making of a challenger player. Insane. Insane, insane, insane. And guess what? He's also playing against Grandmaster Challenger, so he's not playing against Bronze. So he makes the game look very, very easy. Makes the game look extremely easy. So these are the tips. Thanks so much for watching. Please let me know if you learned something in this video, and let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future on this channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video. Bye bye.
$5. If you have problems improving and getting better in the game faster but cannot afford booking coaching, on my Patreon you can access more than 627 VOD reviews, premium videos about how to wave management, mid-game macro, and tier lists that will show you the best champions to climb and to improve for your elo. And these are not on YouTube, this is only on Patreon, they're exclusive. Moreover, you can participate in the free coaching waiting list to get a premium VOD review. I'm giving away 2 free VOD reviews every single week. All what you need to do is simple 2-step process. Subscribe to my Patreon and share your OPGG, and voila, you are on the waiting list. You're gonna get a personalized VOD review for any game in your match history. For just $5, you get not only the free VOD review, but a whole bunch of exclusive benefits that will supercharge your gaming experience. It's a small investment for a big return. And it's just $5, it's no brainer, right? But here is the deal, you've got to act quickly. The waiting list is already filling up fast. 55 people already subscribed to the Patreon, and there are 6 people that they already are on board, they are on the waiting list. And more are joining every moment. Now, do you want to secure your spot for a free VOD review? Go ahead on my Patreon and reserve it right now.